Welcome to Whiskey Bandits Reviews. I'm Eric.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Corey.
And today we have the Old Ezra 7-year. Is this something that you need to pursue? We're going to let you know.
So let's drink on that.
All right. Old Ezra comes to us from Lux Row Distillers in Bardstown, Kentucky, home of what other bourbons?
I know they got the Rebel Yell.
Obviously, the Ezra Brooks. They have the Davies County.
Yeah.
Really anything else?
Not that I'm
thinking
thinking
of it.
of.
They've got some other stuff, but Blood Oath? Do they do Blood Oath?
That sounds right.
We're going to say Blood Oath.
Maybe wrong.
I think years ago they actually used to source from Heaven Hill, rumor has it, but they've got their own ordeal up and running now. I've had this before, Josh. I think you have bought of it, but it's been a long time since we visited it, so I don't remember anything about it at all because it's been years since I've had it.
I really don't either. It's been
I've never had it. No. I'm interested to try it. So yeah.
Yeah, kind of as our rookie here, have you ever had any of the products that we talked about, the Lux Row stuff?
I've had the Rebel Yell. I had somebody gave me one of those little small samplers of the Rebel Yell.
Like the 100?
Yeah.
The Rebel Yell 100. Okay.
And I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, those are good. Put them in your pocket. Don't take it into the football game. and mix it with Coke.
Yeah. Or Dr. Pepper, we don't encourage.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, definitely do not.
That and the Wild Turkey 101. Whatever you get your hands on. Yeah. Like a lot of the Lux Row products from what I've had, I think we've done one recently. The Rebel Cast Strength. We put that at a 7.25 recently. This is a barrel strength bourbon, so it's coming at us at 117 proof.
I like that already.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Straight off. Bottle's pretty cool, simple. It says charcoal mellowed Old Ezra, aged 7 years, out of Bardstown, Kentucky, and obviously barrel strength. Pretty cool, simple bottle. Kind of almost looks like a Weller bottle, kind of, except a little thicker.
Yeah, it's got the same shape.
Yeah. So. All right, so this is kind of like one of those skinny kind of fake wood, not real cork looking corks, but they try to make it look real. So that's unfortunate. I don't know. I just like a good cork. But I guess this probably would be the better option if it's something that's going to be stored for a while, because once you start to get the corked stuff, like if you've had it for a long time, those can break or start to fall apart.
Or literally fall down into your bottle.
Yeah,
which
it's not great.
I just acquired like a bunch of older bottles from someone's collection, and a lot of those corks, like you can start to see the pieces down in the bottles, and they're all like 15, 20-year-old bourbons. So I guess maybe that's why they go with this kind of stuff. I don't know. I just feel like I'd like to see a real cork. That's just me. It's not a knock on it or anything. Just a note. All right, so this mash bill comes in at I think supposedly it's 78% corn and 10% rye, leaving the rest malted barley there, the other 12%. MSRP, they say, is around $40. I've not seen it recently for anywhere much under $100. So secondary price is going to run you quite a bit higher. I see you guys noticing the color there. What do we think?
I really like the color of this a lot.
Yeah,
it's got a very
amber gold.
Yeah, like a nice copper color. Yeah, so at $40, if you can find this for $40, 117 proof, hard to beat that.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of you, especially if you're not kind of located in a place that's going to put this out at retail, you'll never see it at that price, so that may throw you off a bit, but that is what they say it retails at. How about the nose here? Let's get into this.
You can really smell the proof in it.
Okay.
To me, anyway.
Yeah. You can definitely tell it's got some age on it.
Yeah.
More than just your standard, whatever it may be, 4-year Woodford or Roses or Buffalo, whatever it may be, the 3 to 4 year stuff that they turn out at a high rate.
Yeah,
It's definitely got some more complexities to it.
It's very oaky to me, for sure.
It is oaky. Kind of caramely, kind of just that standard caramel. It's got a lot of just typical bourbon scents,
Yeah.
but done well.
Yeah, some honey in there.
Yeah, maybe like some vanilla extract or brown sugar type of deal going on there. Kind of like got that sweet baking spices in it. Just off the nose, like if I were to get this, I would think I'm about to drink something that's pretty good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I differ from Corey a little bit on this, though. I don't really get the proof a whole lot. It kind of masks it a little bit to me.
I don't get an extreme kind of like ethanol smell.
No, I guess maybe that's what I'm meaning.
But just the like how forward the oak is in it, and kind of the color, like just combining those, I can tell it's probably going to be a higher proof, older bourbon.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Tastes high proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not getting it off the nose, you know immediately as soon as you take a drink of that. Like it was hard for me to even get a whole lot of notes there off the first little sip. I'm going to have to get another one here in a moment. But it's every bit of 117 proof for sure.
It's got a nice hug to it as well.
Yeah, it has that proof to it, but in a good way. Definitely gives you that warmth, that feeling where you know you're drinking some, high proof stuff instead of just kind of.
This has, and I've not really got into any of the tasting notes yet because the first thing I think of is kind of the finish at how long it is. It really hangs around in your mouth.
Yeah, it definitely lets you know that it's there even after you're done with it.
It's really good.
I like it quite a bit.
And I'm still having a hard time picking out some tasting notes from it.
I don't know where it's coming from for me, and this is kind of different for this type of drink. Is almost like zest, like citrusy type zest, which is really weird to be getting on a flavor profile.
Okay. Yeah, I was getting fruit, but more kind of darker, maybe like a dark cherry kind of thing. And then again, just your standard vanilla oak kind of flavors.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not as basic as I'm making it sound. Like
No.
it's very good. It's just it has everything you would want in a bourbon, but done very well.
I get a little honey off of it too.
I can see that. Just that subtle sweetness that honey has.
It's weird, like with it having that 10% rye, and if you compare it to some other stuff that we've done that is rye based, like you kind of get that baking spice kind ofness going on, but I don't get a lot of that from this. It's more along the kind of sweeter tasting, like super pleasant sweet taste.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It is, and man, I'm really liking this.
Yeah. For me, and again, I admit that I'm a bourbon rookie. Super sweet initially, and then that proof really hits you, and then kind of that's just what hangs around. The Kentucky hug that you guys have talked about before. I really like this because of how it is sweet and then proof. But
Yeah, I'm with you there. And sitting here trying to think about it, I think like you said, it doesn't necessarily taste exactly like this, but the feeling that I'm getting, like I was touching on a second ago with the zest part of it, it's putting me in the mind of how if you get lemon pepper, something lemon pepper, kind of has that kind of feel to it. It's not that kind of taste, but the little bit of zestiness with the kind of undertones of pepper there. Somewhere in there is where I'm landing, and I don't know why. That's just so bizarre for a drink like this, but
I don't know if I can quite find that right off, but
like I said, I'm not meaning like it tastes like women. Don't take me for, like word for word. It's just that like subtle like mix between like the sweetness and that kind of like peppery undertone.
I still off the tip of my tongue get like a really dark cherry.
Revisiting the nose, I get a lot of tobacco off of it, which is also kind of weird that's usually more of a rye thing.
Definitely a lot of oak comes forward in this. Mm-hmm. In the nose and the palate. It's very oak forward, and I guess maybe some of the sweetness I'm getting off the nose is maybe from it being such a high corn base.
I think this is just a very pleasant bourbon on the nose, tasting notes, like everything about it is just very pleasant. It's complex, like you said. There's a lot going on with it. The different tasting notes. I like this a lot.
Yeah, and just sitting with it a bit. I'm still getting the effects from the sip that I take 20, 30 seconds later. Mm-hmm. And that's really what you want, for myself at least.
Yeah.
Because we've had some other stuff that, like, the taste is excellent, really good, and then you're done with it and it's gone. Mm-hmm. This isn't like that. I have nothing to complain about this at all. I can see why people pay such a high price for it, because I think it's probably worth that. At $40, you'd be stealing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. $40, buy two of them.
Yeah, buy all of them for $40.
Yeah.
But
it's very complex. It's got a lot going on. It's got the proof. Overall, very, very solid.
Mm-hmm. So on the tobacco, are you saying like more so like a tobacco leaf?
Yeah, something like a sweet leaf.
Okay, yeah, because maybe that's kind of like the sweet, fresh thing I'm getting is like a tobacco leaf. If you've ever been into like a tobacco barn or something like that, it's got that smell to it.
Very sweet.
Yeah, not necessarily like the ready to use tobacco,
right?
But like the drying tobacco. Definitely, I think we're all on board. Would recommend for $40, absolutely. If you get up to $100, what do you think?
I gotta be honest, I probably would still pay it.
Yeah. I think it's worth it.
That's if you have the $100, it's there. It's not a big deal to you. Yeah, it's worth $100. I agree.
If you can afford that, absolutely.
And I think I paid less than that. I think I paid in the mid-60s for these bottles.
Yeah.
Then every day.
And so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think twice about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is better than anything that I think I can probably just go get off of the shelf at a store. So you're getting into stuff that's allocated. This is an allocated product, and deservingly so. This is why. Mm-hmm. Because it tastes like this. Mm-hmm. It's good.
It is good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we can get around to the scores. Corey, you want to go first?
Yeah. Like I said, I really like this. It sticks around with you for a while. I love that Kentucky hug that it has on it. It's complex. I'm going to end up settling 8.6. That's kind of where I really, really like this.
Well, it's a very high score. That would be, if we were at 8.6, that would be, I think right now, our third highest score that we have. So that speaks volumes. What do you think, Josh?
I'm up in the same range, not quite as high.
I'm there with you.
I was thinking 8.4.
I was at 8.4.
I was just kind of wondering why you laughed at me. Yeah. But there we go. Again, we're kind of on the same page. I think it's overall just extremely solid bourbon. Mm-hmm. Like you mentioned earlier, it kind of does everything you want a bourbon to do, and it does it well.
As soon as I took... Well, the first sip kind of set me back because like, oh wow, yeah, that's 117 proof. But then after the next one, just how complex it was and just how just good it is.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I knew I was mid 8s already. I knew it wasn't quite up to like that 9 that we'd got before, but it's definitely well above an 8. So that's kind of where I got to the 8.4. I was between the 8.3 to 8.5 range and settled with 8.4 as well.
Yeah. So
we're sitting at an 8.5. You gave it an 8.6? Mm-hmm. Okay. So 8.5 sounds good to me.
Yeah. I think it's every bit deserving of that. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. So again, as always, any final thoughts?
No. Don't really have anything else.
if you can find this, get it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
At
As
$40
long,
especially.
as long as you're not paying like crazy prices for it. Sometimes I see some of the pictures you all put on social media of some prices, and they're like selling Weller Special Reserve for like $200. Just leave that store. Just leave it.
Yeah.
Don't.
There's
go
other
They're
places.
selling the name.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you may see this in the hundreds rather than just 100, but I would pay $100 for it. 100 or anything less than that, you're getting a steal. I think. Yeah, if you've had it before, let us know what your thoughts are. A score, as always, give us a like if you've watched it to this point. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we can get you another one out soon. But Old Ezra 7, let's go with it.
Yep.
All right, see you guys.
Oh, you got a base about